Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're talking about something that's at the very heart of every single lawsuit, figuring out which court in the entire country actually has the power to hear your case.
So you've got a legal issue. It's stressful enough as it is. But then you look at the court system and it just feels like this giant, confusing labyrinth. Where do you even start? Which door do you knock on? Okay, to figure this all out, we have to start with the most important word in this whole conversation, and that word is jurisdiction. It's the ultimate gatekeeper. So what does that really mean? Well, it means a court has to have the right to hear your case in the first place. You can't just walk into any courthouse you want. Before a judge can even look at your evidence, they have to have the basic fundamental authority to be involved at all.
I love this analogy. It's perfect, because if a court makes a ruling without jurisdiction, that ruling is completely meaningless. It has no legal weight. It's why this is step one, always. Get it wrong, and you're just spinning your wheels.
All right, so how does a court get this power? Well, think of it like needing 3 different keys to unlock the courtroom door. A court needs all 3 to hear your case. The first key is all about the money. How much is the lawsuit worth? You see, we have different levels of courts for different financial stakes. You've got small claims court for, smaller disputes, and then you've got the big leagues for the multi-million-dollar cases. You have to match the value of your lawsuit to the court that's allowed to handle that amount. Next up, key number 2, location, location, location. A court's power stops at a geographical border, like a county or state line. It's pretty simple, really. A judge in Ohio generally can't rule on a local business dispute that happened entirely in Nevada between 2 Nevada residents. There has to be a connection to the place.
And the last key is all about what the case is about. You wouldn't want a traffic court judge handling a complicated patent dispute, right? Of course not. So the system has specialized courts, family court, bankruptcy court, criminal court, to make sure the right experts are hearing the right kinds of problems.
Okay, so we've got the 3 keys. We know which type of court can hear our case. But now for the next big question, which specific building in which city do you actually go to?
And here's a really important rule you got to know. You always start at the bottom. The law says you have to file your case in the lowest level court that actually has the power to hear it. The whole idea is to not jam up the higher courts with cases that could and should be handled elsewhere.
So that brings up a really common problem, right? What if the person you're suing lives in one city, but the car accident happened in a completely different city? Where do you go? Which location is the right one?
And this is where it gets pretty interesting, because the law actually gives you, the person suing, a choice. It's all about what's fair and practical. You can either take the fight to their home turf, so to speak, or you can file the lawsuit right where the whole thing went down. So check this out. The law gives you this whole menu of options. You can sue where the defendant lives or where the problem happened. If you're suing a company, you can go after them where their office is. This is huge. It means you can actually strategize. Maybe one location is just more convenient for you, or maybe it's a lot less convenient for them. That choice can be a powerful first move in a lawsuit.
Okay, so you might be thinking, does this really matter that much? What's the big deal if I file in the wrong county? Oh, it is a huge deal. Getting this wrong can completely sink your case before it even has a chance to float.
There's a legal phrase that just says it all. A decree passed by a court without jurisdiction is a nullity. A nullity, that means it's nothing, zero, legally worthless. It's as if the judge's decision was written on scrap paper. It has absolutely no power.
And that's the bottom line, folks. This isn't just some tiny procedural mistake you can fix later. If you file in the wrong court, your case gets tossed out, period. All that time, all that money you spent on filing fees and lawyers, gone. And you have to start the entire painful process all over again from square one.
Which brings us to a really fascinating question to end on. Are all these complicated rules about where to sue a way to guarantee justice, to make sure everything is orderly and fair? Or do they end up being a huge barrier, a confusing maze that actually makes it harder for regular people to even get their foot in the courthouse door? It's a real tension, and it's built right into the foundation of our legal system.